The insanity in us. Young killer still at large. 15-year-old killer still running around. Mother of victim describes how she tried to save her daughter. My daughter is an artist, musical, brilliant even. One night, after she had retired to her room for the night, she screamed. I quickly grabbed my double-barrel shotgun and ran down to her room, but to my dismay, she had already passed. Another woman, around my daughter's age, was standing there, eyes wide and covered in my daughter's blood. Her hand ran down the wall before I noticed she had a paintbrush in her hand. She turned so her back was to me and did something. While she was doing this, I looked at what she was doing to the wall. She was painting a portrait of my daughter in her own blood. She turned back to the photo and finished the photo and kneeled down, writing under it, "The insanity in you." Then she saw me and I raised my gun, pointing it at her head. She said the chilling words, "I'll show you the insanity in you," before rushing at me with a knife. Someone, one of my neighbors probably, called the police. The sirens were heard and the woman jumped out the window. Police have given the name of insane artist. If you see this woman, call the police immediately. It was a dark, gray, stormy afternoon, and the 8th grade class had made their way into the art gallery. The young, gray-eyed woman readjusted her eye patch before looking around at her group she was supposed to stay with. She rolled her eyes before fixing her bright purple hair. "All of you don't appreciate art like I do. Maybe I should just go on my own," she growled lowly. And so she did. She snuck off and smiled at all of the artwork on the walls. The 13-year-old stopped abruptly when she saw a painting in an old frame with its paper yellowing. The strangest part to her was the person. It was of her. A portrait of her, mirroring her exactly. The only difference was the painting had a sadistic smile and wide, insane eyes. "Amelia Johnson!" her teacher called out. "Amelia, find the insanity in you and spread it to others like us, the smart artists," her voice whispered. She glanced up at the picture again to see that the person was gone. Her eyes widened in surprise until a faint hand clasped onto her shoulders, see-through, and it looked like paint. "Go, there's one you could do it to now. I'll point her out," her voice commanded again. Once on the bus, Amelia was looking around. She could feel the feeling rising in her, the feeling to hurt someone. Her. The paint-like hand pointed to one of Amelia's friends. Amelia nodded, walking over and inviting her to spend the night. Her friend gave the idea to stay at her house, and so Amelia walked home with her friend, talking about the amazing artwork they looked at out. And at about midnight, Amelia woke up and grabbed a paintbrush. She was wearing her school uniform, white shirt and a black skirt with black dress shoes. She grabbed a pocket knife and pressed it against her friend's neck. "I'll show you the insanity deep in you," she whispered, yelled, and slit open her throat. She slowly watched as the blood seeped from the room, and she grabbed a brush, using it as paint, and she painted on the wall a portrait of her friend, and beside it the words, "The insanity in us," then ran far and wide, killing all of those who like her.